a book on good leadership. One state lawmaker accusing Cuomo of suppressing nursing home death data to benefit his public image and sell more books. Even a literal hitman says that as an Italian, he's embarrassed by Cuomo. Former Gambino crime family underboss Sammy the Bull Gravano, who's admitted to 19 murders, accuses Cuomo of causing 15,000 nursing home COVID deaths, something Gravano said he would never do. Has the former governor caused more suffering than a mafia boss? What do you think, Jason?
I think that on occasion we see accountability, and I think this is an instance where we see accountability, thank God, to the victims and of the family members. But I think the irony here is the title of his book and the low information voters that actually bought these books. Leadership Lessons of the COVID-19 Pandemic. That to me is the extreme irony in all of this. But I think that every single penny of the $5.1 million that he is supposed to return to New York State should not go to New York State, because they're just going to squander the money. It should go to the family members of the victims, of the tens of thousands of the elderly that died in nursing homes as a direct result of Andrew Cuomo's March 25th executive order forcing COVID patients into nursing homes, killing tens of thousands of elderly. That's where the pennies should be going.
And I don't know why Letitia James would say anything but that, Dave.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not going to argue with that. That's just spot on and absolutely correct. And I would just add to that even though, you know, it seems like, okay, well, people are doing the right thing now and insisting he return this money, let's just remind people that this was pretty obvious at the time how despicable it was that he was writing this book and raking in all of this money. I did like 4 podcasts in a row about this at the time. So it's interesting to see people catching up now. Look, Cuomo objectively handled COVID the worst of any governor. And while he was suspending basic constitutionally protected rights, the corporate press was doing nothing but praising him and his brother, who at the time was a hero, I guess now is also out the door. But they were just praising him. And when he was, saying, oh, Trump, we need all these ventilators and Trump won't send them. And then we realized the ventilators were killing people, so we didn't really need them. No one gave him a tough interview. He was holding these daily press conferences and didn't get one tough question at any of them. And then he gets to write this book and just rake in money off of it. This was so obvious at the time. What he was doing was, let's say, unethical. And so whatever, yeah, I'm glad that this is happening now. I don't think this is nearly enough. I don't think any of us would be happy, with the punishment for thousands of murders being a fine, but better than nothing.
But Kelly, he says that through a spokesperson, he's going to sue the state because he's entitled to that money, and the actions of this committee are unconstitutional.
Right. That's the argument that an attorney makes, that basically that it's unconstitutional under the law, that they can't do that. And so therefore he's going to challenge it in the court system. Ultimately, we're going to see if he's going to do that or not. But I think it's important that this money go to the rightful people of New York, and that he shouldn't keep it.
I still don't want people, and Dave, you have said this on a number of occasions, I don't want people to forget those families and the family members who were lost because of that mandate, because it is tantamount to murder. It's not forgivable, and they have to keep going. Party panel, thank you so much, Jason, Dave, and Kelly. Great to see you all.
Great to see you, Kennedy.
Thank you, Double Shockers. All right, coming up, remember a few months ago when a U.S. drone strike killed 10 innocent people in Afghanistan? After first claiming they were ISIS terrorists, well, now the Pentagon announcing whether or not anyone will be punished. What did they decide to do? Brian Stoops has the story. He's next.